What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Your Neighbor's Garage, Season 3, Episode 2, back in the motherfucking mix. What is going on?
How's it going? How's your week?
That was a better intro.
Yeah, better intro. Okay, so what? Episode 2, Season 3, brought to you by Audio World.
We got abrupt.
Yeah, very abrupt stop. Yes, and the music, I thought it was going to vibe a little bit.
He's trying.
So, obviously, we're sponsored by Audio World. Second time in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
This is where we're going to make this a regular thing throughout the winter time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
and
the temperatures are cooling down. You know, shit's getting a little bit more fresh in here. It's still kind of hot.
It might be cooling down outside, but we're staying red hot, baby.
yeah, I'm kind of hot. Just being around you, you know, your sexiness radiates.
You put those ties away.
I don't like what's happening.
Yeah, so this is the first time we don't see Gus's laptop because guess what? We have our first.
We contracted a tech guy.
Our executive producer now. I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're getting the show produced.
Yeah, it's producing. We got
Ed.
We'd have him as our guest, but once we have a second camera, we're gonna be pointing towards him. He's gonna be part of the show.
All right, hold on. There's a helicopter flying by.
There's a helicopter.
And then he's abusing the sound clips a little bit too.
No, I like
he's
it.
Getting his feet wet.
I like it. I just want to say thank you to Ed for stepping in. Ed is my best friend, you guys. If you don't know, me and Ed are like fucking peanut butter and jelly. This dude, we go everywhere. I go with him, he go with me. Whatever I do, he do. So,
are you Eskimo brothers?
Oh, Eskimo Bros? No, right?
Not yet. Y'all haven't had the pleasure yet.
No. I haven't felt the warmth in a while.
Cheers to everybody. Texas Lager. This is the first time I tried this beer and it sneezed.
Little chingon crack for you guys.
Wow. Bless you. Bless you.
This is a good Wednesday.
Oh, and guess what, guys? Barnito's opening tomorrow. If you're listening to this,
Thursday.
We're filming on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, Barnito opens on Thursday. We're probably going to release this on Sunday or Monday. So if you're hearing this, we had the best fucking time all weekend, okay? We got really drunk at Barnito, probably hit each other up for brunch. I probably called in for work or whatever because I was too hungover.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes that way. So you're probably
that's in the future.
Yeah, it's in the future. I'll see you all tomorrow.
And if you see us at Barnito, come fucking say hi. Yes. I want to fucking take a picture with you. I don't know. Like, fucking tell me you like the podcast and I'll love you forever. Like,
I like when people say that they like the podcast.
You sound someone's boobs.
What's up?
What if you sound like someone's boobs or like butt?
Oh, dude, I'm you know, I'll be the one. If I have to, I will sign body parts.
Sign my child's head.
I will sign a baby's head and shine it too.
A spit shine?
The only old spit shine.
That's gross.
They didn't do that to you?
No, I've never got spit shined. I'm sorry.
No.
So speaking of spit shining, the weird and the obscure, today we got some crazy topics led by our very own Gus Trevino. Gus, take it away.
All right, Ed, cue the ominous music, please. Oh, fuck.
Damn. Yo, bitch, I'm in Transylvania.
Oh, we should have done vampires. Fuck, that would have been
spooky.
Sick. All right.
Spoopy.
Chill. I feel nervous. I've never,
no pressure, I'm
made
looking
noises.
at you, though.
All right. Come one, come all, and hear my tale of the wild and the wicked. Lend me your mortal Lend me your mortal ears as we attempt to conjure... Lend me your mortal ears as we attempt to conjure and summon knowledge from the great beyond, for something wicked this way comes. Broomsticks and cauldrons, frog warts and pig snouts, probably some form of marijuana. Today we're talking about witches of the old and witches of the new.
You know, right. The only thing I know about the old witches is the Salem witch trials. But I know about the new ones. I mean, they might not consider them as witches, but later I'll go on to talk about it.
You got a little something to throw in the pot. Right. Take it away, Gus. Tell me. Talk to me.
Let's kind of kick things off with a little bit of a backstory, some history, right? So, early witches were people who practiced witchcraft. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
They would use magic spells and call upon spirits for help or to bring about change in their environment. Usually more for protection from themselves and protection for others.
Yeah.
Most witches were thought to be pagans doing the devil's work. Many, however, were just simple, natural healers or so-called wise women or wise men. and it's just that their profession was misunderstood, you know? So, witch hysteria really took hold in Europe during the mid-1400s. So we're talking about 15th century, 14th century, 16th century. Those time periods is kind of where
the Dark Ages.
Yeah, where kind of witchcraft and all that kind of stuff really came about.
Yeah,
Catholic Church, everything.
Yeah, the Catholic Church was pretty much in control of the government at that point. There was monarchies, and this was in England, in Europe. So there was monarchies, but it was mostly ruled by the church and governed by the church.
Yeah.
So witch hysteria really took hold in Europe during the mid-1400s, when many accused witches confessed, often under torture, to a variety of wicked behaviors. Within a century, witch hunts were common, and most of the accused were executed by burning at the stake or hanging. Yeah. Single women, widows, and other women on the margins of society were especially targeted. So society at this point, which is really much the witchcraft that we kind of see today, not today, like the witches of the past that we kind of know of. Yeah. Like the burning at the stake, like persecution, all that stuff. People were really just accusing them of witchcraft. They really, really had any evidence of any sort. So it's like
if I hated my neighbor, I would just say they're a witch, and then they'll probably believe it, and they'll get killed?
Exactly.
Damn.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
So, between the years of 1500 and 1660, up to about 80,000 suspected witches were put to death in Europe.
80,000?
80,000 women were put to death in Europe because accused witchcraft.
Like twice the population of Zapata.
Zapata's like 12,000. But you know what? The only benefit of that is that, let's say you have a shitty neighbor.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck you, bitch.
You're a witch.
So guess what? The police come in. FBI, open up. That's where you come in. I already have a witch here.
Yeah.
And I'm not a witch. And then I come in like, hey, fucking witch right there. Just because they fucking left their trash on the side of the road.
Or their dog shit on your lawn.
Yeah, their dog shit on my lawn. So guess what? They're dead now because I accused them of a witch.
80,000 is excessive.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah, around 80% of those 80,000 were women thought to be in cahoots with the devil and filled with lust. Germany had the highest witchcraft execution rate. Big surprise that Germany's executing people.
Germany and execution, what never better
go
combo,
hand in hand,
right?
Yeah.
While Ireland had the lowest.
Oh.
So the Irish, they didn't really persecute witches that much.
Well, I mean, all they had is 12 ladies and 6,000 potatoes.
And potatoes, yeah.
So,
pretty much.
Yeah.
But when you take a look back, these witches, they were really just more like local doctors. So in village, they said there's a stat about there was at least one wise woman or wise men within a 10-mile radius of any village in Europe.
Yeah.
So, you had doctors at the time. You had physicians, people that practiced medicine.
Yeah.
But they were very expensive and hard to come by.
And not only that, it was all experimental shit too, wasn't it?
I mean, they had their practices, kind of established at the time. They had their practices that were established at the time and were customary of that time. So, to us, it's experimental now, right?
I feel like I understand why. I think we see it now, and I'll try to plug it in a bit. I guess because they thought, all this little stuff is kind of like anti-science or normal science, I guess. Yeah. This is more like...
Science approved by the church.
Or science approved by the church, yes. And also stuff approved by the church.
Yeah.
So the church thought that it was different. Guess what? Anything that's different to me is something of the devil.
Yeah.
Guess what? The devil's bad. And that's also true. I think we see it. I think we see it now with essential oils. And we see it with all these herbs and stuff like that, and we think of it and all the chakras.
Yeah.
And I think we think of it as bogus. I feel like it's similar, except we're not killing people. I guess we just throw them off. But I feel like those people are the modern day witches.
Right. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit. But you're definitely on the right track. You're definitely on the right track. So as I said, there was doctors and stuff at the time, physicians, but they were expensive and hard to come by. But think of these witches at the time as your local 24-hour
CVS.
No, not your CVS, your pharmacy or clinic. Like a regular, not a hospital, but one of those 24-hour clinics.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was something that you can go in and get out. I don't think you need insurance or shit like that. At least in this time. But back then, all they were is wise women and wise men that had knowledge of herbs and plants and stuff like that were able to mix together and heal stuff. There was this one famous witch that was able to heal arthritis pretty well. for some reason. So they just had a lot of knowledge in their environment. They were very niche, but severely misunderstood because they would incorporate, these herbs and stuff and lotions and potions.
Do you think it
and
worked?
Stuff.
Like some of them worked?
I mean, if you think about it, they kind of laid the foundation for science. Like some people argue that these witches should be taken seriously in terms of the medical advancements.
Yeah.
So there was actual doctors, legitimate doctors and physicians at the time that were doing experiments and they were developing our medicine. And these witches were also doing that in their own way. And some historians believe that they should be accounted for alongside doctors.
Yeah, and their advancements and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd just be letting pseudoscientists be considered scientists.
There's,
At that point, no.
At that
I
point,
feel like you can. I think because we're all Mexican here, I
Right.
think we can all compare it to when you're sick and your mom or your grandpa gets the egg and starts rubbing it around your body.
That's
what
witchcraft.
That's why I mean, going back to Space Pancho, I feel like that's bogus.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it all comes from a sort of belief system.
Okay, so I thought of this, and I feel like it comes from a point of vulnerability.
A lot of witchcraft
if you're their patient, because
Right.
I feel like let's say I have some terminal illness. Let's say I'm sick, right? Nothing works, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll try
Witchcraft.
this fucking soup that this witch made, right?
Yeah.
There in 1400s, Helga the witch decided to give me a potion, and I start saying that it works, and guess what? I'm like, hey guys, I feel a lot better. And then they start, I guess the church or whoever's in charge is like, what the fuck, right? So
You shouldn't.
No,
Yeah.
like this is not how it works, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then they
The bishop.
and then guess what? Helga's hung in public in the next day
Because she tried to help you.
because she tried to help you. Yeah, but I feel like people who start believing in these stuff are the vulnerable, and that's what gives these people power. Especially back then, like there was no modern medicine. I don't really think modern medicine existed. So
Exactly. So the medicine that these witches were practicing could be considered the basis alongside.
Okay,
So
I get you.
Like I see what
They
you're
were
saying.
the blueprints.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
see what you're saying about pseudoscience. But I think at that point in time, where like science itself wasn't
like modern
really,
science didn't really exist.
Yeah.
Like
yet.
I think everything was pretty much pseudoscience at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, because everything's trial and error.
and also everything
Yeah.
approved by the church.
Exactly.
Because
So
really,
like through filters of councils and committees.
that was
at
before the
church.
age of enlightenment and everything like that. So whatever the church said was supposed to be legit. And I mean, is that really true? No.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. You know, the witches might have come up with some potion that did help you with arthritis or maybe herpes. I don't know. Maybe they killed the witch that could have cured AIDS or herpes or chlamydia.
Like maybe they had the herbs or
What?
Corona.
Or Corona.
Hey, if there's a witch out there that's working on Corona,
Don't
keep
say
doing
that.
it.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So at the time, these witches and wise men, these wise women and wise men, were just kind of simple medicine practice healers. They would mix the medicines and the herbs with rituals and incantations, and all that is just kind of they were putting an intention to the medicine that they were making. Just like how people would pray.
Yeah.
Prayer is a
Blessing.
form of a spell. Like, what's the difference between praying and spelling? You're saying words to some divine being or some divine structure, hoping for change. That's pretty much almost on the same page.
Because prayers by God and spells are
Spells are just by your belief
your
system.
spirit.
Yeah.
I mean your vibes. I guess I don't know. Like
The good vibes.
like
spell.
God.
Because some people, at the time, you associate witchcraft and spells with the devil, devil worship or devil intertwined.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really the case at the beginning. At the beginning, it was mostly just their own personal belief system. They were doing it for protection from themselves, and they weren't really using it to cause harm. What's known as black magic, right? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until some guy published a book called Malleus Maleficarium.
That's Latin, right?
Yes, it's Latin. It was written by two well-respected Germans in 1486, and that book is kind of what spurred the whole fucking witch craze, the whole witch
What year
hunts and
was
shit.
this?
1486.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, think of the time period of 1486. What the fuck is going on in 1486? Like, America...
Was that like the Black Plague?
I think the Black Plague was like in the 1300s.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that was 6 years before Columbus discovered the Americas.
Yeah,
Right.
so this is like...
We're still in Europe here.
Yeah, monarchies, fucking kings and queens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like-
pretty much. Very, very
I mean,
basic.
the church,
The church
of England
mostly.
and the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Motherfuckers with swords.
Yeah, so the book, the title roughly translates to The Hammer of Witches, which is essentially a guide on how to identify, hunt, and interrogate witches.
Oh, shit.
So I feel like we have a listener that's probably like a history buff. Like, no, they got it all wrong. Like, fuck your neighbor's garage. No, Gus.
Honestly, if we're wrong, please feel free to correct us. Like, we're learning alongside of everybody else, right?
Yeah, we don't know shit.
We're super historians.
We're not witches.
We don't know shit about anything. Exactly.
So don't come to us for statistics or facts. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not Ben Shapiro. Okay?
So Malleus Maleficarum labeled witchcraft as heresy, and quickly became the authority of for Protestants and Catholics trying to flush out witches living among them. For more than 100 years, the book sold more copies of any other book in Europe except the Bible.
Holy shit. So, motherfucker wrote fucking,
Maleficent.
He wrote like the Hunger Games, and motherfuckers were buying this shit.
Yeah. This
is like the Hunger Games of the time.
Because at
Harry
this time,
Potter at the time.
Yeah, this is Harry Potter at the time.
literally,
You're a wizard, Harry.
at this time, I think the printing press was already invented, so books were being churned out like fucking butter left and right.
Yeah.
Literacy was spreading throughout Europe at this time. A lot more people were getting educated, and a lot more people were getting miseducated.
Because there was no fucking...
How can you question it? You see it in a book, you think it's fucking fact.
Yeah.
Because it's in a book.
The same way we see it on the internet, we think it's fucking fact.
Yeah, literally exactly the same
We're
way.
experiencing the same thing just like 300 years later. Like,
I think we even witness now where we like dismiss any like witches or herbalists and stuff like that, because I mean, even see now you see these advertisements of these natural, I guess these therapists or
Herbalife.
Yeah.
so it's different. I think I don't know what kind of therapist it is, but it's like a vibes type of therapist.
Oh, like a tarot card reader.
Oh my god,
like,
I've seen those therapists where they kind of just hover their hands over you, and they're curing you with their aura.
Hey, were you on those?
No, but you see it and you're like, that's fucking bullshit.
That's
so
snake
I feel like we can relate to them back then, but except we don't kill them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're the devil.
But not only that, it's just now our science advancements in
are we still
science.
playing the music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our advancements in science right now are just way leaps and bounds beyond what they had back then. So it's a lot easier for us to dismiss this kind of stuff.
When out of the church telling us,
and I don't think it's causing mass hysteria the way it was back then. We're like, he's like that dude's a fucking
because
witch.
the thing we know the most is the Salem witch trials. And what was that book we read in high school?
The Crucible.
The Crucible.
Yeah.
So that's how I got
Mary,
into
I talked to the devil or some shit like that.
The witch and stuff like that. You get me? And people were killed. And it sucks because a lot of innocent people were killed back then.
Literally.
Because they were accused of being a witch.
And I'm almost probably certain that most of these women that were accused only confessed because they were being tortured. You're being fucking tortured for. You're gonna accuse. Yeah. You're gonna start.
And then they drown you. Books say, if you don't drown, you drown, you're not a witch. If you drown, you're not a witch. If you don't drown, you're a witch. So we're gonna kill you anyways. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You have a death sentence waiting for you no matter what. I'd rather just fucking die in the lake.
And you know what? Aside from like the church, like kind of creating the hysteria in the book, I think it's also like the fear of not knowing. I think that's the root of all human fears, the fear of not knowing.
Yeah.
And not being able to explain it. So instead of trying to like actually process like what this woman was doing, or maybe she was right in what she did, you freak out and you're like, that's a witch. You know? There's the same way where like someone says something stupid and outrageous right now. Like kind of like the crackhead on the last episode. Yeah. You're like, that's just a crackhead.
Yeah.
What if it was the same?
And
what
the crackhead said was true. Yeah.
So what if the witch said was true?
Literally.
I think it was a label to explain the unexplainable.
They just wanted an excuse.
And maybe it was also the witches. I guess were probably the anti-authority people. So I guess whenever someone like discovers something new, all the people that are in authority is like, what the fuck? This is, I guess, challenging my authority, challenging what I said, challenging my discoveries. And guess what? People like power. So absolute power. Power is absolutely. I don't know what the fucking term is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess whenever people in authority are challenged, they start doing bad things. And guess what? That's killing people. And that's probably what the witches were. They were a bunch of victims with a bunch of authoritarian governments such as the church.
They were literally just misunderstood professionals.
If you're a witch, I feel sorry for you. I apologize on behalf of the Catholic Church.
Yeah. And not only that, but even our ancestors, think about the time where women weren't treated as respected as a man, so
they still don't.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But I just think it's like, I mean, not to say that a woman at that time was worth any less, but they were probably treated like they were less.
Yeah, because 80% of the people that were killed were women. So
I mean, they were literally almost prosecuting women for sport. But what's interesting enough is that at first the church did not consider witchcraft as a threat. When the church first found out, they really weren't considering it as a threat, so they weren't paying too much attention to it.
Yeah.
As it started gaining traction, and I think people saw that people were going less and less to the church and more to these witches. The church felt threatened.
So it threatens, it questions authority, it challenges the power of the church.
Yeah.
So whenever someone like the church gets challenged, guess what? They start doing heinous things and they start killing people. I feel like it goes back to, are we recording?
Back.
I think it goes back to power.
Oh, we're back.
And I feel like if the church wasn't so power hungry, I feel like if anyone wasn't so power hungry, we wouldn't be killing these people. You can compare it to all these people that have been, I guess, abused, executed, genocides and stuff like that. And those are people that higher ranks of power, like they feel threatened by them. So that guess what? They start killing them. And I feel like the witches, I guess now that I picture it, are one of the first in their kinds of being persecuted of genocides, I guess. I don't know. I'm just looking at my ass. I'm probably a fucking idiot for saying that. But I mean, that's what I feel.
That's one of the first major reported cases of genocide.
I mean, definitely in quote unquote the modern world.
Modern genocide, I guess you could say. Because I still feel like 1500s is modern.
And then I'm pretty sure like the Jews were in Egypt back then, like in
way before. This is BC.
There was genocide back then going on too.
Y'all seen the Prince of Egypt?
No.
Okay, we'll continue.
Well, this might be one of the first forms of genocide.
Fucking Ed.
This might be one of the first forms of genocide in the modern world. You're right. But let me fast forward to the persecutions in England and in Europe went on for a couple years, and then it kind of slowly started dying down. Okay. And what's interesting is that the Spanish Inquisition were kind of the first to kind of stop caring about witches.
Okay.
Thank
you, Hernan Cortés, I guess.
Yeah, like they were hearing of witches and witchcraft and all that shit, and they just kind of decided not to pay attention.
So is it more of a British thing, an English thing?
English in Europe,
I mean, Spain is
English, Spain, Germany, France, like that kind of area was really prominent. I'm sure there's evidence of witches and stuff in Eastern Europe and maybe even Asia.
I saw like on Wikipedia, like in Asia, all over the world. I guess there's like some type of witchcraft, and I feel like people get scared by it. So they feel threatened. They're like, what the fuck?
Don't understand.
Yeah.
Right. So as all of that was kind of dying down, all the witch hunts and everything was dying down in England, and people kind of stopped caring. In the New World, in the U.S., it started
the colonies.
In the colonies, it started going up. So
because the first people that came were the really religious ones.
It started with the Salem witch trials,
like the Quakers, and
the Protestants, the Catholic. There's everyone who's trying to claim new stakes for their religion and build that church in the New World.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure we're all pretty much familiar with the Salem witch trials. At least we have a general idea of what it was, right? Yeah. So the Salem witch trials, they began when a 9-year-old Elizabeth Parris and 11-year-old Abigail Williams began suffering from fits, body contortions, and uncontrolled screaming. Today, it is believed that they were poisoned by a fungus that caused spasms and delusions.
Allah.
As more young women began to exhibit symptoms, mass hysteria ensued. And 3 women were accused of witchcraft. Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba. Those are the names.
I'm sorry, what you call me?
Wasn't Abigail Williams the character in
the
Crucible?
The Crucible is kind of
she
based
was like
off
the
of
side
the truth.
bitch.
I don't remember the Crucible that much.
I don't know.
I know that there was one girl named Tituba, and that makes me laugh.
Tituba.
But
a tit tuba.
Okay, never mind. I feel bad now because It's Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, who was an enslaved woman owned by Paris's father.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I can immediately take back everything
Rest
I
in
said.
peace. Sorry.
Tituba confessed to being a witch and began accusing others of using black magic. On June 10th,
Wait, she was accused.
She was accused, and then she began accusing other people, like ratting them out.
What a bitch! What a bitch!
I mean, if you're going down, you might as well take a few people with you. Like,
I mean,
yeah, but you're as bad as snitching your neighbor because you hate them.
Now I know where your loyalties lie.
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying, like, if I'm going down,
beer?
I'm bringing people with me.
So
Fuck you.
on June 10th, Bridget Bishop became the first accused witch to be put to death during the Salem witch trials. When she was hanged at the Salem gallows. Ultimately, around 150 people were accused and 18 were put to death.
Yeah.
Women weren't the only victims of the Salem witch trials, though. Six men were also convicted and executed. And one of the most famous witches in Virginia's history, so this is one of the colonies in Virginia, is Grace Sherwood, whose neighbors alleged she killed their pigs and hexed their cotton. Other accusations followed, and Sherwood was brought to trial in 1706. So those Salem witch trials kind of went on for a long period of time in colonial U.S. But then the court decided to use a controversial water test to determine her guilt or innocence. This is what you were referring to earlier. Sherwood's arms and legs were bound, and she was thrown into a body of water. It was thought that if she sank, she was innocent. But if she floated, she was guilty.
Wait, she's gonna float?
Sherwood didn't sink.
She's gonna die. Yeah, she's gonna die.
Sherwood didn't sink and was convicted of being a witch. She wasn't killed, but put in prison and for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So that was the test that they had for witches to prove if you're a witch or not. They would tie you up and throw you in a body of water.
Yeah.
And if you sunk, you were innocent. But if you floated, you were a witch. So they would kill you if you floated. And if you sunk, well, you sunk. So you
But
probably
they wouldn't
died.
pull you out if you sunk?
I mean,
No, you died.
they might have, but I think at that point you probably died.
Oh.
So
Well, you can't, like, hold your breath, like, and, like,
I don't know.
I think you're dead. Yeah, that's why it's so stupid.
Yeah.
So we're dead meat.
So witchcraft was really prevalent in the United States and very popular, but mostly in an accusatory sense. I don't think there was any, or at least I haven't read or looked up any actual evidence of actual witchcraft being practiced. Although there is a lot of folklore and legends about witches and stuff in colonial U.S. and this times.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen the movie The Witch, right?
Oh, you mean the Vavitch?
The Vavitch.
It's a Netflix special. It's an A24 film, right?
Yeah, A24.
So if you haven't watched it, go to Netflix right now. Watch the Vavitch.
Highly recommended that. If
Super
you watch that, it'll probably kind of put you in the mindset of what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you know, I guess to listeners, you kind of have to paint the picture of what was going on in colonial America. Like, it's a time of turmoil. It's a time of
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
They didn't know if there was fucking... Dude, they didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Imagine showing up to a new continent that you know nothing about, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what fucking animals are there. You don't know what fucking people live there,
I
right?
mean, they were already there for a good 150 years, dude.
Yeah. So they're just, I mean, I don't know. I just think we're in the new world. Everything's weird. It's scary. It adds to the paranoia of like, yo, like this person's a witch.
Yeah.
No, I think it goes back to power.
You think so?
I think that I feel like someone with common sense. I mean, I don't know.
Thomas Paine, common sense.
I don't have a Quaker
John
mind
Locke,
in the
common sense.
1600s.
Yeah.
But I mean, common sense. I mean, I feel like we see it now. If you're threatened, you start attacking people that threaten your power, question your authority. I feel like that's what they did. I feel like that's what they did back then. Because it wasn't orthodox. It wasn't anything that the church approved. And then I feel like doctors back then might have been like, oh, that's going against, what I've learned.
What I've been taught.
Yeah, what I've been taught. So fuck these people. Guess what? I'm going to use the power of the state.
I guess like the modern day equivalent to like doing this is like, when someone gets canceled and they start pulling all the receipts and start trying to cancel other people as they go down.
It's almost like a witch hunt.
Am I wrong for thinking that?
I mean, that's where the witch hunt comes in.
Is that's kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So
when you start witch hunt, where you just start blaming people,
accusing and then finding the evidence to support your accusation.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah, you try so hard to you go out of your way. It's, I guess, playing like mental gymnastics to try to bring someone down. That's what a witchcraft is.
Oh, the witch hunts.
That's I mean, witch hunts. That's where it comes from.
That's where the term witch hunt comes
from Europe,
in modern use.
Salem witch trials. Because I mean, it is absurd, that you're just trying to accuse everyone of being a witch. Like, it's really ridiculous.
I mean, what's y'all's like personal accounts of like witchcraft, or have y'all ever kind of like maybe felt like this is something otherworldly or other?
To me, I just think it's ridiculous. I think it doesn't. It's bullshit. To me, I think it's bullshit. Like, it doesn't work. Yeah. There's no science. It's all pseudoscience. And because, to be honest, give me your hand, Gus.
Oh, like the palm reading?
You have 3 lines. You're gonna have 3 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's reading, bullshit. I feel you. The mood rings. You're feeling blue. Are you feeling good?
The mood rings are literally like it's a material based off of heat and temperature.
Yeah. That's what they do. Like, I can feel your temperature. I can feel you.
If you could buy any witch-related item at a gas station, it's probably not real. Like,
but people believe that out of vulnerability, or they just want to believe in something.
It's a way to cope.
Yeah, it's a way of believing. That's why I know. Like, it's bullshit. Like, yeah, it sucks, but it's dumb. Like, you really think that you're going to change my health because you're shaking fucking rocks around me and you're putting rocks in this right placement? Shit, if that works, I'm going to think you're the fucking devil. Yeah. And I'm gonna...
Here we go again. Yeah.
Now, do you think, would you think the same way if someone prayed for you and healed you through prayer?
If they prayed, I honestly think that there's more evidence that show it through the church, because of the existence of God.
Okay, but now you're assuming that God is existing.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a belief system.
No, because it's true, because Jesus Christ is real.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ wasn't God.
Yes, he's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
So,
I understand people not believing it but I mean, there's more facts because there's more facts that show that Jesus Christ exists.
I believe that he existed. I don't believe in the whole aspect of the miraculous consummation.
Immaculate conception.
The immaculate conception. Like, Mary was impregnated by God. Nah. If she was pregnant, she had to have sex. There's no evidence that you can't get pregnant without having sex or without some sort of sperm going into your body.
But that's the whole point. That's through God's power.
Okay, but by science, through science's power, you need sperm.
I don't know, Gus. but that. I feel like we're just gonna go.
I'm gonna cut in here. The closest thing to witchcraft that I've ever experienced, or like that I kind of felt like, okay, this feels a little weird. Okay. Is, have you ever been inside those herbarios?
No.
What?
Yes,
I've been to them before. I feel like they're scammers. That's all I was gonna go to right now. Like, I feel like I feel like if I couldn't make money and I just wanted to make a quick easy buck and scam people, I'd open a herbaria, whatever they call it, or be like those pseudo therapists that read your energies and stuff like that and try to heal you. Well, dude, I can make a lot of money because a lot of people, like, I guess within the recent years, people have been starting to believe in that stuff, like essential oils.
What experience did you have in there? Or what?
Yeah.
Well, the experience I went is, I remember I had to buy this I forgot what it is, but basically it's a thing you put in your tea so you can pass a drug test, right? You drink it, so you keep pissing, right? And as I walked in, cue the music, right? And as I walked in, it's already played, but as I walked in, there was a statue of the Santa Muerte.
That's okay. No.
And dude, I mean, whether it's real or not, or whether you believe in it or not, you can't tell me that the Santa Muerte doesn't evoke some sort of emotion in you, or evoke some sort of fear. Like, I see that statue with the red glowing eyes, and I'm like, dude, this thing, it's got some bad fucking juju in it.
Because I mean, the Santa Muerte is not recognized by the Catholic Church. Yeah, I hope you know that.
Really?
Yeah, it's not recognized, but it's supposed to be like more demonic than it is. So the Catholic people try to they put the Santa Muerte in their homes and try to think like it's a Catholic thing. Yeah. But actually the church is totally against Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte is not a real saint. It goes against anything that the church does. Now, it's more like stuff like witchcraft, actually. Yeah.
No, apparently, and this is news to me. My mom listens to some preachers on YouTube and stuff like that, and they have like daily preaching lessons or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about angels. and how there's angelology or your practice of angelicism or something like that, where you can invoke angels to come and protect you or protect your family members and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of sounds like witchcraft, if you ask me. But the priest that she was listening to warned people, like, be careful if you're going to start invoking angels to come into your house or come into your life, because not all angels look good. Not all angels are good. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I've never thought of that. Like, I always thought angels are associated with good. But he has a point. Like, if God has an army of angels, if you believe in angels, I mean, what's to say that some of them aren't going to disobey, or some of them are going to have their own intentions or their own will, you know?
That's interesting, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like, that's pretty heavy. Like,
pretty heavy,
have y'all seen... I mean, we always depict angels as, like, you know, these muscular, light-skinned with swords
angels
and armor.
in the outfield.
Angels.
Have you seen Legion?
No.
Okay, Legion is a movie where Archangel Michael comes down.
Isn't that Elon Musk's son or daughter or something like that?
Oh,
What's the name of the son? Archangel 7 or something like
No,
that?
it's an AXE 7.
About Grimes, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so Michael comes down because he disobeys Michael. Because God is invoking another plague. Like, he wants to wipe out humanity again because he's pissed at him. So, but Michael, he still has hope for humanity. He still believes in us humans. So he disobeys God. He comes down. He takes off his wings, and then he's gonna. Apparently, they're gonna go kill some baby, some lady. What time are we at, or what? Oh shit! Let's do an ad read.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done with angels. I mean, we're done with the witches.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Really quick before we end, I just want to say a quick description of what angels look like, or actually look like in the Bible, or the way they're actually described is, you know, we're so used to this idea of like they're, you know, they're beautiful and blonde hair and curly hair.
I mean, isn't Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot is an angel.
Yeah,
Gal Gadot is an angel.
I mean, she's from Israel.
The Holy Land?
The Holy Land.
No.
So I feel if there's anyone that's an angel,
No.
It's Gal
it's
Gadot.
her.
What angels really look like, or based on what the Bible says they look like, they're actually like rings. They have eyes all over them with wings on them.
What?
And they're like, yeah, like the actual description. Think of it like, you know, like how Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is this the Mormon Bible?
No. You know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Wore that fucking thing around his neck?
Yeah, the pyramid?
Okay, remember how there was the guy in Yu-Gi-Oh! That had like the round one?
Sure.
That had the eye in it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Kaiba, or whatever his fucking name was.
Set the
Pegasus had this chain in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it goes back to, like, everything ties in. But he had this chain in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it was a dream catcher with like an eye in it.
I think it's the Eye of Horus. That's Egyptian.
Okay, well, angels look similar to that. The actual description of angels in the Bible is that they're like golden rings that spin. Okay. They have eyes all over it, right?
Okay.
And it has wings. Like, it doesn't make sense, the description.
Right.
And people have drawn it out, and artists have drawn it out to show what it's supposed to look like, and it looks fucking scary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be terrified if I saw
feel
an
like
angel.
if I saw an angel, no matter how it looked like, I'd be scared shitless.
Yeah.
So,
But you know who's not going to be scared shitless?
you, after you save a bunch of fucking money from Audio World.
You will. I just want to fucking audio world. So we got a quick message from our sponsor. Gus, take it away.
Oh, okay. So, are you tired of living a life without purpose? Do you find yourself not wanting to get out of bed in the morning?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a relationship that tore your heart apart without ever being able to accept that the love drove that pain?
Yes.
If you answered yes to any of these questions, we cannot help with that. But what we can do is offer great audio and video quality at an affordable price. It's time for better sound quality in your life. It's time for Audio World. Audio World, where we're slashing prices on everything from commercial and residential audio and video to LED lighting and installations. Show us a competitor's price and we'll beat it. If we can't beat it, I'll give you the keys to the store. Literally.
Suck your dick.
Audio World. Business you can trust.
Yes.
Audio World. Business you can trust. Sound quality you can feel.
One of these days we're going to interview our
Audio
sponsor,
World.
the Audio World guy. He's that guy. 9 inches.
Handsome.
Smartest guy in the room. Funniest guy in the room.
Where's KD, though? Where's KD?
Debatable. Yeah, his KD is questionable.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. I can't wait for y'all to meet him.
Yeah. I guess we should have him on.
Our
right?
listeners need to hear.
Yeah, if you want the Audio World guy who has not given me my cap, if you want us to bring him to the studio.
Bro, I don't even think he listens to the episodes. Like,
I know, dude. He's like, fuck these
Yeah,
guys.
if he did, he would have known that you want the cap by now.
He fast forwards just to the audio guy. He's like, yeah, good enough.
they mentioned me.
He cash ups us $5 and that's it.
Yeah.
We don't even get paid.
Yeah, no, we're crowdfunded. So if you guys want to donate money to us, please do so. We should start a Patreon.
Oh shit.
Where we
OnlyFans.
Patreon.
I'm OnlyFans.
We should start a Patreon where we upload skits and clips.
Oh.
And feed pics.
And like that that's what you're paying for.
I got pretty feet.
Like you get with the okay, we're starting a Patreon. We're starting a Patreon. If you're I'm gonna work on starting a Patreon for you guys.
The Supreme Bros are back.
Yes. Oh, they're back and better than ever, baby.
Hey,
my boy Gussie, he's back. He's back. Good to see you.
All right, no. So, all right. Well, I guess cousin Guzzy gonna do the rest of the.
You're gonna do it.
It was funny for 5 seconds.
All right. No. So we're gonna start a Patreon. Patreon subscribers are gonna be able to listen to the podcast or watch the videos a day early.
Oh, behind the scenes skits. And I'll figure out if we can go live on Patreon or something. I don't know. It'd be sick if you guys can go watch us live for like the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes. We should do a raffle where whoever wins the raffle, everyone puts their name, gets to have a date with me. You just want to have a date with somebody.
I feel like nobody. I gotta sign up for
one lucky listener gets to have a date with me.
It's gonna be fucking me or something.
The date consists of you going to Dr. Ike's and eating popcorn in the aisles.
We can hold hands in the aisles, drink the little water from the cup. It always tastes like paper. Because it's a paper cup. The little paper, the cone.
The cone.
Yo, that water's ice cold, though.
Yo, baby.
I think any water that's in the cups is like...
It's different.
Every
water that I've drank from a paper cup just tastes so much colder.
It's because it's from struggle. So, like, when I used to work at Olive Garden, dude, my feet hurt. I was always working, and they had the cup cones, the cone cups. Yeah. I just get water or Sprite. Feels good back on my feet. I feel like that when you drink it, you just feel so proud. It's out of struggle, I guess.
Yeah. I love that you brought up Sprite because Sprite's my fucking favorite soda ever. Yeah.
I absolutely despise soda, and Sprite probably be the top 3 that I hate.
Well, yeah,
the third.
Well, it's because you were loved as a kid. But Sprite, dude, I feel like when I die and go to heaven, the waters of heaven are gonna taste like Sprite.
I feel like
sounds like battery acid.
Coke
to me.
Zero.
Coke Zero,
who are you guys?
No, that's hell.
Coke Zero, cherry.
Would you rather rule in hell or serve in heaven?
Serve in heaven.
Okay, Catholic ass.
Yeah.
I want to go to heaven.
There's Coke Zero in heaven.
There's
Pepsi Vanilla in hell. Dude, I love Pepsi Vanilla.
There's cherry Coke in hell.
Code Red.
Dude, there's Big Red.
Big Pineapple or Big Blue in hell.
Dude, fuck anybody who likes Big Blue. That shit tastes like fucking toilet water.
I like that Big Red was the company, and then they were like, we gotta diversify.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's got ideas?
Like they're like, fuck it, like we'll milk this shit. Big Blue and Big Pineapple.
No, I can picture like the guy like that was in charge of making the new flavor. He was like he procrastinated, and it was the morning of. He's like, dude, fuck, I gotta.
He was hungover.
Yeah. He was hungover. He's like, fuck. Oh fuck, the meeting was today.
His boss like, all right, Johnson, let's hear what you got, and he's like, oh fuck. He's like, big blue. Blue, like Big Blue.
And they're like, why didn't we think of that before?
Have you actually drank Big Blue though?
No,
dude. What fucking flavor is that?
Is it like a raspberry?
Is it like raspberry?
No, it's like weird. It's like blue.
It tastes like blue.
Yeah, like it tastes like the color blue. Like,
fuck, dude.
Isn't it funny how fruits and sodas and whatever kind of give us an idea of what colors taste like? Like, whenever time I see something purple, like, I know that shit tastes like grape. Like,
because you associate grape with purple.
Yeah, or like, if I see something orange, it tastes like orange.
Yo, we got nature in the fucking studio today. There's a lot of
bugs.
No, butterflies and moths and flies. You know.
So, you want to go to the next topic?
Gus.
Yeah.
We're talking about something that I do a lot. This is one thing that I feel like a lot of listeners do. Whether you do it,
I felt I did this before the podcast actually.
Yeah.
What is it?
And it's manifestation.
Oh, dude, I was literally gonna say like, okay, can we still talk about manifesting though?
We're talking about it right now.
Because that's kind of like witchcraft.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. So
no, I don't think so.
Think about it.
It's about imagination.
For the listeners at home who don't know what manifestation is about, in my words, it's where you hope for something, whether it's good or it's bad. It's whatever you hope for, and you hope for it so much that it becomes reality.
Yeah, because you picture it in your mind so much,
yeah,
and it becomes reality, and then I guess it actually happens.
Yeah,
right.
Well, that's the law of attraction.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of the law of attraction?
No, I'm a political science major.
Actually, this
major.
You're just major.
Undisciplinary studies.
Just a major disappointment. Oh shit.
What's up?
Hey, stop fucking
get on the ball, sound guy.
Pornhub or something.
He does the clap. he's fucking on his phone.
Wait,
he's on
dude,
TikTok.
we don't fucking pay you to be on the phone.
We don't pay you at all.
You know,
he's making TikToks in the corner.
We're all doing the podcast and we turn this fucking like renegade.
See me do my dance.
The what?
That's fucking funny.
Oh my
God. Do your job, all right? No, what was it? Okay, so there's this thing.
Law of attraction.
It's called The Secret. It was this huge like.
I'm putting some law of attraction to you right now.
Oh,
He did it. Hey, like this video if you're on YouTube. If you're proud of Ed,
dislike it if you don't want him. If you don't want him back. No.
Don't dislike the video, please.
Please don't. I'll cry. Every dislike, I'll cry.
Okay, so The Secret was this. Oh fuck! The camera died.
Yeah.
Brief intermission.
Studio.
Okay.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
We're back.
So, there's this thing called The Secret, which was like a book / self-help / video series that was very popular in, I want to say maybe early 2002, 2004.
What's the name of it again?
The Secret.
Okay.
Literally called The Secret. Basically, my parents bought this when we were very new to this country. We moved here when it was 2001. And my parents were very learning English, so I think they were using it more like as a tool to learn English. But I remember being in elementary, so this was definitely between the years of 2002 to 2006.
Good era.
Yeah, I love that era. So
good music.
Good music. Good law of attractions. So The Secret, they bought the DVD and they were playing it over and over, and the radio CD. I would remember falling asleep in their bed, watching the movie or the documentary, whatever it was, and going on car rides and listening to The Secret. And all it preached about was this thing called the law of attraction.
Okay.
So what they told you to do was to practice making a mood board where you put all your goals. You want a big house, you put a picture of the house that you want, you put it on the board, the car, the life that you want to live. Anything that you want, you put it and you start visualizing it every day. Every day, just constant visualization, manifestation of what you want, and sooner or later it'll come to you. Just by the pure energy that you're putting out in the universe that you want that, the universe will come and give it to you, basically.
Yeah, and it kind of ties back into like the whole idea of manifest destiny, where someone
no. Manifest destiny is that they felt that they moved west because God told them to go west. And guess what? That dealt with thousands of Indians dead.
Okay,
so Native Americans.
Scratch that. Never mind. My bad. Manifest it.
He probably thought of it all day. I'm gonna mention manifest destiny to these guys.
Because it's my I'm manifesting my destiny.
I think one major thing I really tried doing this year, coming out of like quarantine and shit, is that I used to be very pessimistic, on the inside, where I used to be like fuck it, I'll never do it.
Open up, King. Okay.
Yeah, I used to be like I used to limit myself to what I could do, who I could be, and what I could accomplish, and I kind of, I guess in a sense, limited myself because I would put these restrictions where I felt like I couldn't get past it mentally, and that was it. Whatever I could do was only within those parameters, right? Mm-hmm. But I started manifesting, where I started thinking about, what do I want? Okay, I want a new truck. I'm going to think about it. I want this job. I'm going to think about it, You start just telling yourself in your head, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to be there. I'm going to become that, Instead of telling yourself, I can't do it. Fuck, it's going to be hard.
Work real hard.
Yeah.
Work real hard.
Because
Hey, you know that song?
No.
It's a song. Yeah.
The law of attraction works both ways. You can attract the negative parts of your life too. If you have negative thoughts or negative aspirations or negative beliefs, you attract that as well. The law of attraction does not discriminate between good or evil, good or bad, whatever. You know.
Yeah, and you know, I've had a lot of really good positive changes in my life as recently, and I feel like it's because I've tried to manifest like a better life for me and for my family, and you know, I've tried to manifest like accomplishing goals that I set for myself.
That's good, because I feel like if you envision something, you obviously try like real hard, and then it'll happen.
Yeah,
it almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point.
Because I feel like if you picture something negative or bad, you're gonna work your life to reach that goal or make it become that way. I feel like it's the same thing with like our podcast, how it started. Like I feel like before, I'm sure you all did too. I feel like we had the talent, we had the energy to create the podcast, and it had been in our minds for months and weeks, and even sometimes when we joked around about it, I remember like, hey, we should make a podcast, and it ended up actually happening with a good fan base that we have right now.
Awesome fan base.
And because we manifested it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because you think about it in your head, but then you start working towards that goal, is manifesting does work. It happened to me too. I always thought like, hey, one day I'm going to have a family. I'm going to have a place to live. And guess what? I have that today, or with my dream job that I've been wanting for years. And also it does come negative stuff too. You think of all these negative things, and I guess you don't want it to work that way, but because you envision it so much in your head, it becomes reality.
Yeah, I feel like if you ever doubt yourself, or you ever tell yourself, I can't do this, you won't do it. Like, that's just the ideal. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how can anyone else believe in you?
There's this really good quote that I like. It's called, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I forgot who said it, but I always tell people
I feel like the easiest way to reach your goals is by manifesting. You get me? Because I'm sure like
it definitely speeds up the process. I'll tell you that much.
Pioneers of our time, I feel, millionaire or billionaire. Let me give it like Elon Musk. I'm sure he envisioned making a revolutionary vehicle one day, and
because you don't just wake up one day.
He envisioned going to space.
Yeah,
and it happened.
Yeah. You don't wake up one day saying, "I'm gonna build a rocket." And go to space.
He had to have thought about that shit since he was a kid. Yeah, you have to think about that shit.
And you set goals, and it might be in your mind the most impossible thing, but you work, you hustle, and you earn your way to that point.
Yeah.
And that's why I like manifesting.
Yeah.
Because that's the easiest way to make your life better. For you to make yourself happy. But it can also be the easiest way for you to suffer. Because like we said before, you have negative thoughts, or you say that you can't do.
You gotta manifest. You can't just manifest. You gotta manifest correctly. And it takes practice and it takes discipline. But it's definitely a practice worth looking into, because it's very useful, very beneficial. And just to kind of tie this back, this is basically modern day witchcraft. Although witchcraft exists today, some people still practice it, with spells and stuff.
How is it witchcraft?
Because witchcraft, in essence, it's you putting intentions and you visualizing and you projecting energy out into the universe in order to make change. And that's almost the exact same definition of manifesting. You're visualizing, you're putting your vibes into the world. And it could be good or bad, just like witchcraft. It could be good or bad, and you're manifesting. You're putting that energy out there in order to make a change in your life. So it's a very basic level of witchcraft, very very rudimentary. Because apparently there might be levels of we're not sacrificing goats or anything.
I feel like manifesting is more like when it comes to effort. I don't know, than witchcraft and energy.
Well, it's because I think you might still be conflating witchcraft with actual like with the stereotypical version of witchcraft. Witchcraft, in essence, in its true form, is really just a practice of living.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, but
the church conflated it and gave it that
two things to manifest. I'm gonna manifest two things today.
Sure.
So I'm imagining in my head we're gonna be the best podcast in Laredo.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to happen. I'm envisioning
it too.
And tomorrow, look, I'm closing my eyes. I'm envisioning it. If you're watching us on YouTube, okay, you can see me close my eyes. I'm truly envisioning this. Look at me, Ed. So tomorrow, when the clubs reopen, when the bars reopen, I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to get fucked up, and I'm going to get a bunch of free drinks.
Nice.
And I'm manifesting that in my head for it to be true.
Yeah.
And if it's not true, which I'm not believing that it's not true because I don't want any bad manifestations.
No.
In my mind.
You can't have negativity.
No negativity here. I'm going to get free drinks tomorrow. I'm not going to pay a single dime for drinks tomorrow.
Well,
okay.
Apparently, according to The Secret, even if you say even the phrase "I will not pay," that's still negative.
I will get someone to pay for my drinks.
Yeah, that's like you. It's
there we go.
It's weird because like the phrase "I will not pay for my," like that's like a positive thing for you, but because of the word "not" and because it's a negative sentence, like technically, the universe is like conflates that as
someone
negative.
will pay for all of my drinks tomorrow. Yes. And if you're listening to this on Monday or Sunday,
And if you bought him a drink,
it's probably true. Yeah, it's probably true.
and if you bought him a drink, DM us. We want to see a manifestation. We want to test it.
Well,
but you can't test manifestation because manifestation doesn't like being tested, baby.
Oh no!
Why is that?
Who?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Fonz's fake facts.
But you know what I
Close this
manifest?
off, Fonz.
I manifest that everyone today or anyone who listens to this, I want you to take a moment before you go to bed. You know, lay down, close your eyes, manifest, and tell yourself that whatever you've wanted in your life, you can do. What you want to be, who you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to go. I don't care what you want, but you got to believe yourself that you can get to there. You can be that. You can do that, and manifest.
Think about
manifest it. Believe it.
Think
Because
about
if you
it.
don't believe it from your mind from the beginning, you can't even take the first steps to get to where you want to go for that final product.
Yep.
So manifest it. I'm manifesting that I'm going to be the one to change my family's lives. So I want you to manifest what you want to manifest.
That's pretty deep. I think this is the deepest episode we've ever had.
I want to cry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whether you think you can
Yeah,
or you think you can't,
Yeah, but I
you're
feel
right.
like I feel like we're getting a lot new listeners now.
Yeah.
So before we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh
In the
yeah,
beginning.
we might have new listeners.
I
That's very
think we
true.
do. I feel like last episode brought in a lot of new listeners. Thank you, Cheryl. I don't
Shout
like
out,
you,
Cheryl.
Cheryl, but thank you. I'm kidding, Cheryl. I love you. Hey, I'm Cactus Panch, Pancho. You can follow me on Twitter, Cactus Panch, F1news _ on Instagram. I'm not going to give you my Facebook. Fonz.
Please don't go to his Facebook.
My name is Alfonso Eduardo Nuno III, aka Fonz Nuno. You can find me on Twitter at Fonz Nuno, which is FONZNUNO on Twitter. On Instagram, which is Fonz _ Nuno. Central Laredo Sweetheart. Don't forget it.
Oh my god, I hate that he gives himself his own nickname. And for for all the new listeners, my name is Gustavo Trevino. People call me Gus. You can find me on social media, Gus3, the number 3, and then Vino across all social media platforms. I'm very proud of that username.
And your neighbor's Garage Society Co on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Your neighbor's G on Twitter.
yeah.
Your Neighbor's Garage on YouTube.
And your neighbor's Garage on YouTube.
And please subscribe to our Spotify.
or Apple Podcasts.
And shout out to Audio World and shout out to
everybody who listens.
Yes, we love you.
And shout out to Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I love this song. Even though I think we kind of already done it.
Chef's Kiss.
All right.
Push it go down on you in a theater.
Wait, I think this is the lyrics one, right?
Yes,
The lyrics?
No, it's it.
Oh.
Cause the love that you gave you should make was open wide. No.
This is going so bad.
And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me, hold me until you died, till you died, but you're still alive, and I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You, I don't know.
Horrible.
I had a way to fuck it up, everybody.
Thank you, Ed.
He told me he was going to put the lyric one.
Fade it out. Or abruptly stop it.
Thank y'all for listening.